Hello, a warm welcome to Module 3. My name is Vivian Magure and I'm honored to walk through this module with you. I grew up in Mombasa, Kenya, where my family spoke English at home. But life operated in Swahili, Arabic, and the vibrant rhythm of the coast. My childhood was full of contradictions. Conservative expectations for girls, alongside a family that encouraged education and global thinking. Now I live and work in New York City, where I'm a director for a major nonprofit. I love what I do. But in the first part of my career, I noticed a pattern. People saw me as capable, but never quite leadership material. I was often asked to support rather than lead, despite being the one behind the strategy, the pitch, and the polish. It wasn't just about being a woman. It was about being a black woman with a name no one could pronounce and a passport that got second glances at almost every border. English is the third most widely spoken language in the world. But the stories of who gets to own English, who gets to be seen as credible, fluent, then powerful, are still unevenly told. That's why I'm here. To speak not just as someone whose first language is English, but from a global woman's experience. To remind you that your voice belongs at the table, and that you don't need to flatten yourself to be heard. Moving into global corporate environments has been both exciting and disorienting. On paper, I tick all the boxes, but my inner voice, sometimes it whispers, "Are you sure you belong here?" And that's why this module means so much to me. Because feeling competent isn't just about skills or degrees. It's about self-trust. It's about rewiring the internal dialogue so it reflects what's actually true. And that, my friend, is a journey worth taking. Have you ever noticed that life can be ironically illogical? A perfect example is professional women who are extraordinarily accomplished but still doubt themselves. One of my heroes, Sheryl Sandberg, CEO of Facebook, describes her time at Harvard University in her 2013 book. She wrote, "Every time I was called on in class, I was sure that I was about to embarrass myself. Every time I took a test, I was sure that it had gone badly. And every time I didn't embarrass myself or even excelled, I believed that I had fooled everyone yet again. One day soon, the jig would be up." Almost everyone feels insecure for at least some of the time. But for some people, self-doubts are a constant companion. It's probably no surprise to learn that such self-doubt is a big part of being a classic Andahana. Right now, I bet you're thinking that if Sheryl Sandberg, who's on the way to becoming the patron saint of professional women everywhere, has suffered from imposter syndrome, what hope is there for me? So, just to be crystal clear, people who feel like imposters aren't imposters at all. They just think they are. Without exception, professional women like you who may suffer from imposter syndrome really are intelligent, thoughtful, and capable. They just don't believe it yet. Conquering any self-doubt lingering deep in your heart is an essential step in building on your feminine energetic power and beating Andahana syndrome. This is such a major step, we've devoted an entire chapter to it based on the work of the awesome Dr. Valerie Young, who you'll get to meet in the next video. It's time for you to feel as bright and competent as you really are. This power level is described as quantum confidence, since you can experience a quantum leap in your understanding of competence, shared with us by Dr. Valerie Young, by accepting a new definition. Competence is simply knowing what is required. That's it. We all know the vital statistic from the famous Hewlett-Packard internal report that quotes a senior executive as saying, "Men apply for a job when they meet only 60% of the qualifications, but women apply only if they meet 100% of them." On that basis alone, you can be reasonably assured that not only did you know what was required to do your job when you were hired, you started out with 67% more competence than Joe Bloggs sitting next to you, who was hired on the same day to do the same work for what you could also reasonably expect to be the international average for professional women from different industries of 22% more pay. And you've been continuing to build on that competence ever since. Still not convinced? Are you the exception that proves the rule? Let's walk through this level together, and you can reflect on that at the end. I'm looking forward to getting started in video 1, the imposter syndrome. What is it, and do I have it?